All right, welcome back. Today, we're going to jump ahead into the near future to 2026 and really unpack what creative work is going to look like. And it's a future that's being shaped by two huge forces. First, these mind blowing new AI tools that can just blow the doors off our imagination. And second, the ethical compass we're all going to need to use them the right way. So let's get right into it. And this quote, man, it just nails it. Look, the whole AI is coming for our jobs conversation is kind of old news. The real story is about enhancement. What's happening is that AI is creating this new professional gap. And the creators who really lean in and learn these tools, they're the ones who are going to be miles ahead. At the end of the day, it's not about the tech itself, right? It's about the creator who knows how to wield it. Okay, so what's actually in this new creative toolkit? Let's start with the really fun stuff. The tools that are basically powering our imagination in a whole new way, taking an idea from a spark to something real. So you've got these two titans in the ring, Midjourney and Adobe Firefly. But here's the thing, you really shouldn't think of them as straight-up competitors. They're more like specialists for different parts of the job. You got Midjourney, which is like the wild, imaginative dreamer. And then you have Firefly, the super reliable, get-it-done workhorse. You know, Midjourney has grown up so much. It's way past just making cool, weird art. By 2026, it's like the first 30 or 40% of your creative process, bam, right there. You need to explore what a brand could look like, generate 50 mood boards in an hour, test out a photography concept or a product shot. Midjourney is that initial spark, and it saves creators just countless hours getting ideas out of their heads and onto the screen, like instantly. And on the flip side, you've got Firefly. So if Midjourney is that creative partner you riff with, Firefly is that super dependable assistant that you just keep open on your second monitor all day long. It's not trying to be flashy, it's just solid. It does the job. Extending an image, magically removing something from a photo, or getting an asset ready for print. This is the tool that handles all that tedious, practical stuff that used to take forever. Okay, so that's the imagination side of things. But what about all the boring stuff, the grind? Well, the new toolkit is also incredible at automating all those mechanical, repetitive tasks that just used to eat up so much of our time and energy. Oh man, if you're in UI or UX, this is huge. Figma isn't just a drawing tool anymore. It's like having a co-pilot sitting next to you. It handles all the stuff designers hate doing, like building out every single component variation or making sure responsive layouts actually work. It can even take a scribble on a napkin and turn it into a polished screen. It's also like having a brutally honest second opinion that can look at your design and just tell you what's not working. And of course, we have to talk about motion, because let's face it, by 2026, everything needs to move. Everyone wants video, but not every designer is a motion graphics expert. That's where Runway comes in. It's basically democratizing video. It lets any designer take a static poster or just a simple idea and turn it into a slick animation. Perfect for social media, quick ad mockups. It really is like having a motion sketchbook. Okay, let's pause for a second. We've got these incredible tools that can dream up ideas, fix all our mistakes, and do all the grunt work. The power is just undeniable. But with all this power, well, you know what they say. It comes with some serious new responsibilities. It's not enough to just ask, what can I make? We have to start asking, how should I make it? And that's where this idea of a compass comes in. We need more than just a powerful toolkit. We need something to guide us, a framework for thinking ethically, to make sure this amazing future we're building is one we all actually want to live in. So, how do we actually do that without getting lost in, complicated philosophy? Well, researchers have come up with a really simple, practical framework. It's just 3 steps. Use, think, and try. Use is all about really understanding your tools. Think is about pausing to ask the right questions. And try is about encouraging experimentation, but with some principles in mind. So let's break that down, starting with use. The idea here is actually pretty simple. It's kind of like nutrition facts on food. We need labels for our AI tools. Think about it, just a simple rating. Maybe one label tells you about the model's transparency, like how open is the company about its data. Another one could be about sustainability. How much energy did this thing consume? You could see at a glance, maybe with a simple A, B, or C grade, if a tool lines up with your values before you even touch it. All right, next up is think. And this is really all about taking a beat to ask some important questions, to look at our work from a couple of different angles. This is the zoom out question, the big picture stuff. It pushes you past just, does this look cool, to what are the ripple effects of what I'm creating? Is this process fair? Is it inclusive? It's about looking way beyond the project itself to think about its impact on the wider world. And then you've got to zoom in. This is about the here and now. Your duties to the people you're actually working with. Are you respecting their privacy? Are you being transparent about how you're using AI? This focuses on your direct responsibilities to your clients, your team, and your partners. You know, the perfect metaphor for this whole thing is a conductor leading an orchestra. They have to focus on the individual musicians, that's the zoomed-in view, making sure every note is right. But they also have to be thinking about the entire symphony and how it sounds to the audience. That's the zoomed-out view. Great responsible design means constantly shifting between those two perspectives. Okay, so we've got the toolkit, we've got the compass, so what happens when you put them together? Well, it fundamentally changes how we think about our role as creators. We start designing the future with a lot more intention. You know, there's this fear that talking about ethics is just going to box you in, that it's going to kill creativity. But honestly, the exact opposite is usually what happens. Having these ethical boundaries forces you to think harder, to be more clever, to find new ways to solve problems. These aren't limitations, they're creative prompts that push you toward better, more interesting work. And that brings us to maybe the most important point. We have to remember what AI actually is right now. It's not some magic black box or an alien brain. It's a mirror. It's trained on us, our culture, our history, our language. So when it messes up, when it shows bias, it's really just holding up a mirror to our own flaws, our own society's problems. And if we look closely, we can learn a whole lot about ourselves. So here's the bottom line as we look towards 2026. The creators who are going to lead the way, they won't just be masters of the tech. They'll be masters of intent. They'll be the ones who use these amazing tools with clarity, with a sense of responsibility. So the question for you isn't if you're going to use AI, it's how are you going to use it?